This is Melinda with raw-wisdom.com, and today is day 16 of the Juice Feast. I'll drink to that. Today's been a difficult day for me. I'm on the no complaint diet, 21-day diet, if you recall from a couple weeks ago. Anyway, the idea is that you wear this bracelet. I've got 2 of them on now because I really need a reminder. But you wear a purple bracelet. And if you complain, you have to take the purple bracelet off and put it on the other wrist. And the idea is to go for 21 days without complaining. Well, today I just may as well wear a purple bracelet on both of my wrists because that's been my thought processes most of the day. And really I'm not complaining so much in my head about what's happening now, though that too, but often it's about what's going to happen in the future or what's happened in the past. But if I stay in the present, everything's okay, I'm calm, and I'm enjoying my juice. I put a little Haxsey in my green juice. I don't know if you guys have heard of Haxsey. This was given to me by a friend, but the Haxsey wrote a book on healing cancer, and he had an herbal remedy that it was actually his father figured out this herbal remedy by watching how animals, in particular horses, cured themselves, and he went and he gathered all those herbs and he found that they were helpful for curing cancer. The AMA wasn't too excited about him, and like Max Gerson, they moved the clinic outside the U.S. to Mexico. And my friend Leonard Orr, maybe you know him from Rebirthing, he's the one that introduced me to Haxsey. And I used to make it myself, but somebody gave me a couple bottles, so I add them periodically to my green drink. And they are cancer herbal remedies. So here's to health. Wow. So I got dressed up today. When you don't feel so great on the inside, sometimes you try to make yourself, or at least I do, feel better on the outside. But it's actually too hot to wear this shawl. Thank goodness it's warm in Oneonta, so I don't have to complain about it being cold, which is one of my favorite topics in the winter. Which is why last winter I went down to Florida for a month, and I plan to go back down there and meet up with all the raw food people in West Palm Beach or Del Rey, Boca Raton, that area. So hope to see you. Hi, Vivica. And today I'm reading the book The Emotion Code. And this is How to Release Your Trapped Emotions for Abundant Health, Love, and Happiness by Dr. Bradley Nelson. It was recommended to me by a friend who's curing herself of cancer also. Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Talks a little bit about having a heart wall. Some people have a heart wall. What's a heart wall? A heart wall is when we put up a resistance to really allowing ourselves to love or be loved. In the emotion code, there's a way to test yourself so you can see if whether or not you're experiencing trapped emotions. And then he shows you a way to release them. first way to see if you have any trapped emotion is to muscle test yourself. Now, if somebody else were here, they could do a test with my arm. But since nobody's here, he gives a couple of different ways that you can test yourself. But the one I like to do to test myself is with my finger. And here's a no, and then a yes would be where my finger doesn't bend. Now we're tapping into something pre-verbal when we muscle test somebody. The scientific term is called kinesiology. And if you're interested, you ought to look it up on Google. I took a course with Ed Bickford many years ago called Touch for Health. And that's the first time that I was introduced to kinesiology. And I've used it ever since. I had a homeopathic practitioner back then who also used kinesiology and to give me my homeopathy. But she would do it a little bit differently. She'd rub her fingers on the table, and if it stuck, then she got a yes, and if it was smooth, it was a no. So there are lots of different ways, and he runs through about 3 or 4 different ways of testing yourself. Another one is to use 2 hands, and so you make a circle, and if it doesn't open, it's a yes. If it opens, it's a no. So these are ways that you can get beyond your mental self to get more in touch with your inner self about what would be an appropriate situation. So you're getting to what Ed Bickford used to call the body manager. So I'm going to ask myself right now if I have what I've been experiencing today is a trapped emotion. So I'm getting yes. Okay. Now I'm going to ask if it comes from my childhood. I get a yes. And some of the questions that Dr. Bradley Nelson in his book have you ask is it coming from a period, say, before age 10? I get a yes. Is it from 5 to 10? No. Is it 5 to 1? Yes. 3 years old? Yes. Okay, so something occurred when I was 3 years old. Yes. And now I'm listening internally to what the Holy Spirit really is trying to communicate to me. And what I hear is something happened at age 3 where I wasn't allowed to do something. And I was very frustrated. And I put up a heart wall. Okay. So am I ready to release that heart wall? And I get a yes. Okay. Now, the way he has you release the heart wall is by taking a magnet and running it down your meridian. I don't have a magnet with me. What's nice, though, I have one upstairs, but I could go get it. But I'm just going to visualize it. Because he says once you know how to do this, you can also visualize it, and it'll work. So I'm going to visualize that my magnet, that I'm going to take it and run it up my head and down my back, down my spine. And I'm going to release that emotion that's trapped. Okay, now I'm asking, have I released it? Yes. Okay. Great. Do I have another emotion that I want to release? Not at this time. Okay. So, thanks to Green Juice, Haxsey, and the emotion code, we've made it practically through day 16. And I'm wishing you an enjoyable evening and good health. God bless. Bye-bye.